So for the start of this week, I took Arwen to her first show, and we entered the non-stock halter class. Today she was a little spunky, as you can see. She was kind of buddy sour, and being at a show, there's a lot going on. And Star was not helping. I brought her along to be a babysitter, but she was at the trailer neighing the whole time, so she did not help Arwen out at all. But I just tried to, make the best out of it. Tried to set her up and rewarded her for when she was being good and standing still. And she was actually okay with the judges walking around her, which is really good. But I just kept trying to keep her calm and reward her for anything good that she did.
For non-stock type under Judge A, first place goes to 150, Arwen and Kaitlyn McGee. Second place goes to 261, Storm and Norman and Bambi Tanner. Under Judge B, the placings are just the opposite. First place to 261 and Bambi Tanner, and second place to 150, Kaitlyn McGee.
Our next class was the 2 and under halter class, and she was a lot better behaved in this class. She trotted a lot better. She did start to go a little quicker and tried to get in front of me. That's why I had to correct her there. But then we just walked into the lineup. There were 2 other entries in this class, and we ended up placing 3rd. So back at home, we continued to work on our side passing, and here I'm teaching her to side pass towards me. So I have my little dressage whip, and I'm tapping her side. We had been working on this a lot. Again, it's pretty much the same thing, tapping her shoulder and then her hip. There she swung her hip away from me, so I'm asking her to bring it back around. Side pass one more time, and then reward her for it. So again, I'm tapping her hip because she's more wanting to just like yield her shoulder. So I'm making sure to tap her hip so she knows to bring that around too. But she was doing really good with this. I was trying to make sure I wasn't going to get stepped on, and she yields her hip nicely. So then we went over to my neighbor's arena and messed around with the ball. You can see that rolled under her, and she just didn't care at all. So then I took this as a time to just kind of play around with it and desensitize it to her. So I was just bouncing it up and down. It was making a lot of noise, getting her to move around with me bouncing it. And then of course do it with the other side. And then I threw it over her, and she just didn't care at all. So now I was letting her play with it, just trying to have fun.
There you go.
Let her see it as something that was fun to do. And I roll it under her. She doesn't care. I don't even think she noticed. But then again, I roll it back under her. And this time I picked the ball up and I set it on her back. And rolled it off, and she did not care. Again, she's playing with it. I love that she likes to kind of kick it around, and here she tries to eat it, and was biting it, which is typical Arwen. Then I kind of got her to push it and kick it, which again desensitizes her to having stuff touch her legs. The other thing we worked on was giving her baths and getting used to the water. and I finally figured out that she much preferred the mist setting over the shower, which is what I typically use. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the pressure or the noise or what it is, but you can see here she doesn't mind the mist setting at all, and actually the mist does a pretty good job anyways. So she was standing still really good here. I was able to spray her back legs. And again, we're continuing to work on it, and here there's a lot going on, so I'm kind of proud of her for kind of handling everything. There's pigs right next to us, there's 2 fans going, and one of them is actually like squeaking really badly. But again, I'm using the mist setting just to start out and get her used to it, and then eventually I switch over to the shower setting because I do want her to get used to that also. But she does really well with it. So here I turned the shower setting on, and I tried to not turn it on all the way so it wouldn't spray out as much, but she gets used to it pretty quickly, and she really doesn't mind. So I started to move farther down her back, and this is where she gets a little bit uncomfortable with it. You can kind of see there she kind of sinks in, so I take it back to her shoulder where she's more comfortable with it, shut it off, and reward her. On the way back to the pasture, she suddenly just stopped and dropped and started rolling, and then she found out that the grass was a lot closer to her, and so she started to just eat grass and just lay there. And so it was a pretty special moment.